Episode 4, Pretty Wrong. I'm Demi.
And I'm Andrea.
We are filming for our first time at night, and we've had a whole day already.
We have had a whole day.
It's very we usually film during the day. We have a call and we talk about what we're going to be doing, and I feel like I come in like so mentally prepped, but life just happened today.
Yeah, so instead of pretty wrong, it's pretty pissed.
I'm in one of those moods where I actually can't stand to be around myself.
Welcome, dear listeners.
And I think I'm like on the tail end of my period. You could give me $1 million and I would want to. I wouldn't even say thank you.
Yeah.
You got me a pony. I wanted a mini one. It just doesn't matter. Like, I could be handed anything that you can. Not enough for me today.
Awesome. Well, I have currently have 8 15-year-olds at my house getting ready for homecoming/wedding weekend.
Yep.
Very off-brand for me to be hosting a brunch tomorrow morning. Can't wait.
These are the things you have to do when you're a parent, and like you want to do them, but then you're like, oh, I actually like overcommitted myself.
I actually don't want to do them. I want to do other parenting things. But I do it because I want to be a good parent to Anna.
Yes.
I want
Anna, if you're listening,
Anna,
you are so lucky that Andrea is your mom.
I'm very afraid of you.
It sounds like the state that I'm currently in, you exist in. And that is normal for being a 15-year-old girl.
Yes.
I was her once.
Yes.
I remember my mom so much as singing in the car, and I was like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you existing?
Why are you breathing? Which is how I feel today.
Great. So I dealt with it all day, and now I get to come here and do it. Let's do this. I can't wait.
And on the topic of it, we just started like pushing out some social media clips, which has been fun to give teasers to the episodes. And the fun part for us is answering the questions. And the reason we want to talk about healthy relationship problems.
Yes.
Like, we don't want to talk about the obvious, like your partner cheated, someone did something really bad. We already know the answers to those.
Non-toxic.
Yeah, we want non-toxic, fun problems. But apparently discussing who should clean the hair out of a drain, it's a toxic issue to some.
It is very visceral, I think.
The trolls that exist on the internet, someone guessed our blood type and our birth order.
I think they guessed my blood type, right?
Birth order. And I was like, I am so obviously a firstborn child. The fact that you thought that I was anything else is more insulting to me.
What about the comment about how Western families were complicated?
It was right over my head. I didn't give much attention to it. And maybe it's because I read it today and I was in my pissy mood. So I was like, actually go fuck yourself. I don't care.
Right.
But
what's your blood type? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, you don't even get that. But I do find myself answering questions sometimes. This is in life, by the way, not just when I'm in a pretty pissed off mood. I find myself being in a position to answer questions that I know I shouldn't have to answer. Mm-hmm. And I want to be one of those people that is like ballsy enough to ask.
The questions that you're getting asked.
Yeah,
Can you give me an example?
God. I mean, not to just keep beating a dead horse, but the divorce. I was shocked how many people felt entitled to certain details.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And I'm such an open book that I was like, maybe I set the precedent for that also. But I am such an open book, but there are things that are still private.
Sure.
And when people would ask me, especially behind the chair, it almost like you don't get that shield of being in like a one-on-one personal relationship. You're a service provider. Your people are just there. I think the time is about them. A couple of them caught me off guard.
Yeah. It sucks because you can't really, I feel like the person in the chair could signal that they wanted to be quiet.
Yeah.
But you can't really signal that.
I can't be like, please leave me alone.
That's really hard. And so you did that all day long.
Right.
And then now we're here.
And this, I knew that like saying yes to this initially, like when we agreed to start the podcast, I knew that it was a commitment that maybe I was saying yes to that I didn't have time for. And I would be, like leaning into burnout a little bit if I overdid it. But it's still filling my cup. We always talk about feeling like buzzy when we leave.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. So even though I came in just like a nasty, pissy bitch,
But you were met by a dog, which I feel like helps.
I know. Noah's the best. He's filming with us today. And like,
not Noah's dog.
No, but the dog, Noah, everyone else.
Buddy.
But yeah, these people in the fucking comments, like,
it was mostly men, and men were triggered. Mm-hmm. Maybe because we're women, and so it was like they're saying something. Let's comment.
Yeah. I think expecting something of your partner
is triggering for guys in their mom's basements.
Yeah, and well, I was also shocked by some of the women weighing in. Let's start here. The support of the girlfriends, friends, clients that have been listening, like that outweighs all this bullshit times a million, right? I've been getting the most outpour of support and love, and it's been so wonderful. But a woman with a John Lennon quote as her profile picture basically wished us well. And then I go to her icon, I'm like, her photo is a quote
about love.
Yeah.
And not about love, like about unity. Like
unity. And she's spewing literal hate at two other women.
That's how it always is. She was very dramatic. She said we should be doing better for the women of Chicago.
Yeah.
So that's what we're here to do today.
Yeah, we're going to do better today.
It sucks it is a form of rejection.
Yeah.
And when you put yourself out there in any way, as someone who's done stand-up and comedy.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
It is brutal. But it's like sort of a sadistic, kind of thing, I think.
We've never really talked about you doing I know you do comedy.
Yeah.
On the topic of rejection, like I think that is the scariest. You did to me like the worst possible you do a lot of things that just like you're wearing no makeup, then you have the nerve to try to do comedy.
You're terrifying.
You do all the scary things.
I did the Tony Robbins fire walk. I've done that where you like the Oprah thing, where you like roll your pants up and you walk across the coals.
Why?
I don't know. It's like a sick thing.
I'm learning. I'm learning what brings you your sadistic joy.
What brings you joy?
We have my friend Mike, who's also been doing production for us. He's going to join us later to do like a segment where we're all going to answer some questions, and he's done stand up.
Oh, fun.
He's innately funny, but I remember him telling me he did Lottie's did like this thing in the basement. It was all improv, and I remember him telling me like, Demi, I got the full 5 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
They cut your mic if it's crowd work. And I just was like, okay, cool. But he's like, no, you don't understand. Yeah. Like, you'll know if you're bombing within the first 30 seconds.
Sure. Yeah. And open mics are brutal because no one's listening, usually. Everyone's just like sort of reading their things, trying to figure out what they're going to say. So to get someone's attention at open mic, can't wait to meet him.
Oh, we're going to have fun. What is, like, in terms of rejection, what is the time that you did stand up where you were like, what the fuck is happening? I'm having an out-of-body experience.
The first at least 5 times.
Okay. And you kept going.
I kept going. Yeah. I have a way of, dusting myself off and keep going. There's no other way. But then it got easier, and it's a real rush whenever you get a laugh. Yeah, it's a real rush. And, as a kid, it was a way of probably coping with something, You
were funny.
You don't just like have, the easiest time and be funny. I always say like I want my kids to have enough hardship to be funny.
Yeah, to have a personality.
Have a personality. Yeah.
Yeah.
To have a little grit, to like.
I think stand up is like just the idea of putting yourself out there, but anytime I've been like uncomfortable is when the good stuff just happens
immediately. The unknown is where the magic is.
Yeah. And no one started and killed. Maybe Mike did his first time. We'll get into that, like with
beginner's luck.
Beginner's luck for sure.
Yeah.
But I do think that going into a situation, like the first time we did this, I was like, I have no idea what we're walking into. And then at the end of it, I would say we had a little beginner's luck the first episode. It was fun and it was smooth.
Yeah.
But we were talking about the idea of rejection, and I think being fired from my job that I didn't just like, it was a company that I poured my heart into.
Yeah.
And being fired from that job specifically was one of the best things that has ever happened to me. And when it happens at the time, people carry a lot of shame around being quote unquote fired.
Right.
But on the back end, I really can say that and believe it, that it was such a blessing. I don't know if I would have left. I knew I would have always opened the salon, but I don't think I would have done it with the power that I did it with, because then I had a level of conviction.
Right. Like, I'm going to make it. Like,
yes.
Watch.
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't a slow roll. It wasn't, we were all, and I still believe that I shared enough, but I had a lot of people who wanted like juice. They wanted to like, no, oh my gosh, you got fired. But I advocated for my worth. And as like a woman, that's hard enough all the time. I just realized that through that whole experience, you can think that, and this is for anyone who's considering a career change and you think your company values you. I'm sure they do to a degree, but business is business.
Right.
Do what's good for you. What
were the like things, I mean, without going into detail if you don't want to, but like what were the things that were happening that signaled to you? Because I mean, normally, I mean, I didn't do corporate for very long, and your job wasn't corporate per se, but like working for a company.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you follow the rules or you're doing this and that. And like, I think I spent a lot of the time trying not to get fired, you know?
Like that's like, yes.
Because there's so much shame around it. It's like, oh, I'll just do this. I just, whatever happens, yourself. I don't want to get fired. And so like, what were the things? But then if something's not right for you, I feel like there's signs, you know, and like maybe subtle at first. And then if you ignore it, you know, if you're being pushed into a different way, or like you are meant for something different or greater, there's maybe like little signs and then they get bigger and bigger. So maybe speak to that.
I was so young. And so my first salon that I worked at was such a great learning place, but it was very antiquated in the way that I think a lot of companies are still run, that you wait your turn for success. And the time you put in is what's going to make you be successful, where some people have the tools and they can grow faster, and you don't want to limit them or put them in a box.
Right.
And if you're one of those people, you actually are a huge disturbance. It's important to know if you are ruffling feathers at your company or people are like not sure what to do with you, don't shy away from that. It's because you're innovative. It's because you know how to like think outside of just the system. And so my first company, when I left, told me, my owner was honest with me. She was like, we paced your growth because we knew you would outgrow us. So she told me that they held back like raises and commission because I would cap too soon.
Wow.
And I appreciated that. I appreciated that she knew that she wanted me, but she couldn't retain me either if I outgrew that. And I was 24.
Wow.
So I was very much in that place of like, I'm just going to do what they say to me so I don't get fired.
Right.
And then my next place that I went to go work, it was so scary. I didn't feel like I was good enough to work there. They were coastal, like LA, New York. It felt so important. And then they took the script and completely flipped it on me. And where I thought I had to wait my turn for success, they said, no, actually, you have a lot of education. You've got some strong leadership skills. We're going to throw you right in. And they made me their lead colorist. And I felt it was such a privilege to feel that pressure. I felt so proud at 25, 26 that they trusted me.
Yeah.
And because of that, I lost myself in the trust because my value was that I could lead, but I couldn't be trusted in my judgment. And so I went through different, through the 8 years, I went through different times where I focused heavily on me personally behind the chair, growing my personal brand, and then also pouring into growing the business for them, which I really wanted to do. I loved the name in Chicago. I loved what they were doing. And I learned so many incredible things from them. It wasn't until I was getting so busy, I was outpouring my overflow from gaining social media traction behind the chair, that I was giving clients to everyone else. And I was seeing nothing different than any other team member there. And when I approached them, it was kind of just like, that's what we do. We support each other. And I appreciated that. But then when it came time to support me back, and I grew out of being a young 25-year-old girl, and I was a 31-year-old woman who had a child, and I felt as though that wasn't navigated in a way that was supportive. When I came back, and I was like, we need to align, that I need to be properly compensated. I'm doing a lot of work. And I could tell before I went on maternity leave, which for anyone who's about to leave their career where they feel power and go into motherhood where you have to release knowing you'll never really have the time you had before.
Right.
It was already scary enough. And then I went and I had this big question mark of what I was walking back into for those 3 months that I was away. And when I came back, I could tell it was different. And I knew that for my son and for myself, that I was a brand within a brand, and you can't both be happy for each other.
Yeah.
So I started to like kind of make mood boards about what I would want to work in every day. Like what aesthetic would I want for my clients? What's realistic for them coming in for an experience? But then my resentment for sure grew because I was killing myself. I was the only person who had a child at that location, and I was like babysitting there. I was behind the chair. I was slammed. I was working, taking more clients and making, now that I'm on my own, for anyone who's ever considered going off and opening your own business, I make 3 times the amount of money doing less work in a peaceful space. So whatever, if you have a clientele-based business, do it for yourself, because everyone told me to and I never listened.
Interesting. What do you think was holding you back?
My loyalty to them and the growth that I thought we were kind of doing together. And when I got fired, I did share with my boss, you know, she was saying a lot of conflicting things, but she was like, you know, we didn't want to have to do this. And I was like, I'm glad that you did. My loyalty to you was deeper than to myself.
So you think you wouldn't have left?
I mean, think I would have left, right? But like it would have been a really slow roll. I like killed myself for 3 months because when you talk about that fire, I was like, not that I had something to prove. I knew I was going to do it, but I wanted it to be like impactful.
Right.
I wanted to be like, I wanted people to see that it's not always your story, that it's a failure.
Yes, right.
And that rejection set me up for so many better relationships. They were so synonymous with other relationships that I was staying in.
Right.
And I felt really compelled to talk about it because I drove past that salon when I was going to get a facial the other day, and I was like, damn, it's fucking good that I'm not there anymore.
Well, and you had such a dedicated client base too. I mean, in this business, like we're going with you. Like I'm not, you know, my allegiance isn't to a salon, it's to a person. And now you've created something that I feel like is so like resonant with you that it's like the whole salon just like vibes, you know, like you can just feel it when the energy in there is so of something you created.
Thank you. Yeah. It felt like designing the salon was like a love letter to the experience, because I went from something that was kind of like, that space that I worked in previously was designed by a man to be functional and effective. And it was. And it was clean and it was a good aesthetic, but it wasn't what I want to romanticize everything. Yeah. And I want it to feel soft, and I want women to feel gorgeous when they walk in from the moment they start till when they leave.
Right.
I wanted to encapsulate a feeling more than just a space.
Right.
And that ties into like, not to be too deep, but like I had to come up with a name. I'd never thought of a name.
I was going to ask you about the name because it's beautiful.
When I opened the salon, I was in like, I remember like crying on my kitchen floor when I realized how much work I had ahead of me, on top of having my son and it was like a week before his 2nd birthday party. My sister was graduating with her master's and I still wanted to show up for everybody else. And I kept thinking, I'm like, if I choose not to do this, because there was this piece of me that's like, maybe I'm just fucking burnt on this. Like I need a break from the industry. And I was like, if I look at my career over since I've been 17, all these years that I have under my belt, what would be my takeaway? What would be the thing that I get to keep from my career? And I named the salon Stories because I was like, I have all these experiences that I shared with so many people that are always going to be with me no matter if I do it or not.
That's so beautiful.
Thanks.
I think my goal is to at some point make you cry on the podcast.
You're like, what else? What else? You're in a good group.
That's really great. I love that.
Thank you.
It's like the evolution of your life in a way, like of all the things that have happened and people, and I love it. Yeah. And it's a place where I will come when it's negative 10 degrees.
Yes, you're a soldier.
To get my hair done.
Yes.
And bang on the window with the frost.
But that very like long-winded explanation, we're putting ourselves out there for rejection all over again. And I had to remind myself through this process that the rejection that I faced with the salon was just the business itself is the best thing that ever happened to me. So if I can pour a little piece of that strength into doing this, then come at me in those fucking comments.
You heard her.
Come for me.
Guess her blood type.
Guess my blood type. Someone was
her birth order, her human design chart, her, I don't know what else, her sign. Well, she's an Aquarius. We know that.
Yeah, double Aquarius leading the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I can say that in a lot of ways in my life, like you get comfortable and you think that, you know, the sort of ever repeating known is where it's at. Like, I'll just stay here and it's comfortable. But then really the magic is in the unknown, even though it's uncomfortable.
How I generated like a different clientele in Chicago, girlfriend Mel Holmes used to run events at the Soho House in Chicago. And she was like, oh, we're doing a beauty event where we're inviting the members we want you to speak on a beauty panel about trends. It was supposed to be in the music room, like 50 people. And I was like, oh, that's exciting. Yeah, I'll do it. And then I get there and like Shannon O'Brien was the makeup artist, Alex Brown, who I hadn't met yet, but I wanted to meet her in a different way, not like fangirl her. And we all spoke, but I get there and they're like, we had such an amazing response to this event. We actually just moved it to floor 5 right in front of the fireplace. There was these 5 velvet stools with microphones on them. And
that's your worst nightmare.
Oh, I almost threw up. I was like, can I do this?
Yeah.
And my sister, I was like, Nikki, I'm going to throw, like, I don't feel well. And she's like, oh God, if anyone can bullshit their way through anything, it's going to be you. But from that event, saying yes to that really uncomfortable experience, I met Alex Brown, who I built a beautiful community relationship with. I met Shannon, and I met them in a way that felt really good for me. And it changed a huge part of my career, working with Alex in that way.
I don't know that I can talk about other cities, but I feel like Chicago is actually a really supportive place to be, like a female business owner, like,
oh my God,
networking compared to other cities. It feels to me like it has that kind of small town feel, but like people really are looking out for each other.
There was there's a colorist in Chicago. Her name's Sabrina, and
I think we should only use we only ever use last names.
Sabrina, I don't even know how to say her full. She's getting married too. Sabrina. Sabrina jumped on a call with me. She was like, come work out of my space. I'm going to show you the ropes. She was such an advocate for like, let's do this. You got this. Like I said, I want to open the salon in 3 months. She said, girl, you're going to do it in a month and a half. She was such a hype girl.
She was the salon you were at in between.
In River North,
in the limbo period. And I came there. But I am so dedicated to my hair color. Before I was with you, I was with this great woman, Nicole, who moved to the suburbs.
Yeah.
And my kids will never forget. I was in Dallas one year for Christmas and she couldn't get me in. And like she could get me in like the day after Christmas. So I flew back to Chicago. I got my color done and I flew back to Dallas. And my entire family was like,
judge away.
Who is this person?
Do you know how often I have girls that move away? I had one girl, I was in a long distance relationship with her. She moved to Arizona. She told her husband that she had work meetings in Chicago. She was strictly coming in to get her color done.
I would totally do. I think I would fly like across country to see, like if I had to move.
There was a colorist in LA. I inherited a lot of clients from someone that was coming back and forth between LA and here. And I had a lot of clients still flying to California.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard.
I respect it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a testament to your like genius, you know, like if someone's doing that, like it's, I don't know.
So nice.
Yeah. Cry.
just lean in.
Just let it go, Demi.
Oh, if you would have gotten me earlier, I mean, forget it. And speaking of vulnerability, like just saying yes and vulnerability, I found it, I have I share a lot of hair and we've talked about the podcast on Instagram, and social media is a very interesting thing to navigate. As we started talking about this in the beginning of the episode, I've been posting a lot more about my personal life on TikTok and what it's been like to be parenting alone, to have gone through a divorce, all of the things, right? Just kind of what comes up in the moment. And I had a client who I haven't seen in ages screenshot it, send it to me while I'm already in my piss poor fucking mood, driving home. And she was like, I just want to tell you how much this means to me that you've been sharing this, because you've been so honest. And it's something I would never be able to say openly, but I feel so deeply. And instead of even responding, I just called her.
Yeah.
And when we were talking, I almost started crying on the phone. And I have done this woman's hair like twice.
Right. Well, it's like people always say, like, if it can just help one person, you know?
really over here doing the Lord's work on TikTok.
If my story can just help one person, and it obviously did. I would get that when I was going through my divorce. People would say, thanks for sharing. I'm sure other people were judging very harshly. Things would get back to me that so-and-so was of course. She's made divorce her brand. I was like, I really haven't, but...
I think anytime you talk about it, even us talking about it, I'm like, I'm sorry. It's a huge life event that I feel you really have no idea until you're going through it.
You have no idea.
You have no idea because no one goes into any partnership. We're talking about jobs, we're talking about friendships. No one goes into anything thinking it's going to end.
No.
No one is like thinking about the entire duration of what that's going to look like.
Well, and thank God, because that would be boring.
Way.
I think Garth Brooks sang about that when he was saying the dance.
Oh.
Looking back on the memory of... Do you know what song I'm talking about?
No.
Oh my God, you're so young.
I do like Garth
Do you know? Oh
no, it's like, God. Okay, go again, Andrea. Do us one more time.
Okay, we have to ask Mike when he gets here.
Mike.
But basically, it's like I could have missed the pain, but I've had to miss the dance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I love it. I love Garth Brooks for that.
Until he became whatever his alter ego was. Do you know what I'm talking about? Chris Gaines or something? Okay, nobody knows anything. All right.
I don't know. My mom was a Randy Travis fan, so
I love Randy Travis.
I live.
What's your favorite Randy Travis song?
Oh God, so many. I told you so. I mean,
I told you so.
My mom called the radio station when I was like 10 years old, won us tickets to go see Randy Travis. It was my second concert. I
love your mom even more.
We should just take the top 10 on my Jeep and listen to Randy with my mom.
What's your mom's name again?
Mary Lou.
Mary Lou. Okay. Listeners, you need to learn Mary Lou because
she's gonna come on one day.
Randy Travis fan.
Huge Randy Travis fan. She swore, and this is you and my mom do kind of live in the same delusional hot girl world. And my mom was a fucking smoke show when she was, she still is beautiful, but she was so hot when she was younger. She went to a Randy Travis concert with my dad.
Did you just say I live in a delusional world?
You Andrea, let's
just wait. I just clocked that. I was like, wait. Okay.
The land of Andrea.
Coming back. Okay, keep going.
My dad takes her and gets her these amazing tickets to Randy Travis as a date night. And my mom comes home and tells us 3 girls, Randy Travis sang directly to me.
I love it.
She was like, I was the only girl at the concert.
Yeah.
He gave me a flower. She brought it home.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to live.
I shouldn't say this. And the last time I said that, we had to edit a huge chunk out. It was a huge problem. But I am going to tell this story about my first concert as we're talking about rejection.
What was your first concert?
Hanson.
Thank
you for singing. My dad drove us up to Milwaukee. My mom, I'm one of 3 girls. My mom took me and my middle sister, and my baby sister stayed with my dad. And I was you can't even imagine how excited I was.
I can.
Huge fucking Hanson fan.
Yeah.
I'm about 8, I'm going to say.
Okay, so I'm kind of young.
Young, but young enough to know better than what I did next.
Oh boy.
The concert starts. It's about to start. And I'm like, Mom, I really got to go pee. And she was like, if we go, we're going to miss the opening of them performing. And I was like, just peed right in my pants.
I love it.
I peed my pants for Hanson. And my mom's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
They bought me an oversized double XL Hanson t-shirt to wear home on the drive back from Milwaukee as I sat in my own pee.
What song was playing when you were peeing?
Oh, I don't remember that. I don't remember. I fully blacked out. I was 8. It was the Hanson brothers. I was peeing my pants. I was living my best fucking life.
I love that so much. My first concert was Prince.
Oh.
I don't think I peed my pants, but I think I was 15.
Okay. A little bit old enough to know better.
Okay, should we get into some group chat pretty wrong questions?
Yes. Do you want to go first?
Sure. I love this one because I feel very passionate about it. So I'm going to try to put how I deeply feel on this issue. I think I told you this in our conversation earlier. I don't watch as much TV as I used to, but I grew up on TV. People always say, you're from the South. Why don't you have an accent? And my answer is, I watched a lot of TV.
Wow.
And so like, I think it formed my like non-regional accent.
Thought about that.
Yeah. So, okay, here is the question. She says, in the relationship, I'm the TV DJ. I'm in charge of programming. I pick the movies. I pick the news. I do all the research, background into what stuff, why it's important, which actors are fucking who, etc. My husband has none of that. He just puts on recently added and then gets mad when I say we can't watch that.
Who's wrong?
I mean, she's a little controlling. But I feel her pain. Like, I really think about TV when I watch it and like who I'm with.
Okay.
I curate it. Like, I want to make sure the person I'm watching it with is enjoying it as much as I am. There's nothing worse than watching a TV show. You're having one experience and the person beside you is having a completely opposite experience.
So I'm her husband. I don't like watching TV. It does nothing for me.
Really?
Yeah. If I put it on, it's like background noise. So I'm the person that you don't want to watch a show with because I couldn't give a flying fuck.
Are you on your phone?
I'm on my phone. I'm like half paying attention. I have like when people are like, oh, I binge watched a whole season, I immediately judge them. I have so much judgment. I'm like, then you laid there for hours? Did you learn anything? That's how I feel when people talk about TV.
That's so funny. If you have, like, is there any show that you've binge watched?
Of course. No, like, oh God, this is going to, like, I'm judging other people. Please judge me back. Like, my comfort show could live in all the VH1 dating shows. Like, Rock of Love.
Oh my God.
Could watch on fucking repeat. That's my heaven, actually.
What's the guy's name?
Bret Michaels.
Bret Michaels, yeah. Rock of Love is the best.
But that's like, I can pay attention. I cannot pay attention.
Yeah.
It's hysterical. It's loose. Sam and I can quote it all day, every day.
Yeah. But it sounds like you don't have opinions. So like, you're not going to try to pick. I think her beef is that like,
I do have opinions.
You're the passive. You're the passive watcher. I'm the curator.
Yeah.
You know, like, I think everyone should have their role
scary.
and they should stick to it. I hate scary things.
I don't like, okay, so this is how I feel about TV also. I work in an environment that's like high stimulating and I'm talking all day. I want a palate cleanser when I come home. I want light, funny, easy. So I have gotten into TV shows that are those things. But if you want to watch like doom and gloom, count me out.
I sometimes watch I watch this like show called like Kidnapped Together, but you have to like watch those things earlier in the day.
Yes, yes.
At night it has to be light. I do really like cult documentaries.
Oh, did you watch The Vow?
Yes.
Oh, the Nexium cult?
Yeah, that's my favorite. Actually, my favorite cult is the David Koresh.
I don't know if I watched
it.
It
was in Waco because I'm from Texas. So it was like a Waco, Texas thing.
I started that, but The Vow I got like deep into because it was active when Keith Raniere was at trial.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
My last company that I was talking about this whole episode had kind of a cult feel. And
I always watch them and like until the like third or fourth episode, I'm like, this is amazing.
You and I are the same. Where like we love health and wellness.
Yeah.
And I start it where I'm like,
until he starts making me put on like ballerina outfits.
I remember watching The Vow and being like, how did they not know? And like, why are you? And then I started on like tapping into it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, they're all climbing up like a ladder. Yeah. It's a version of success. There's tears, which I love. I love climbing the ladder.
I love proving myself.
Love it. And then you're telling me it's healthy.
I love validation.
I was like, I would have been Keith's right-hand girl. I would have been his mistress. I'd be branding these women with him.
I think eventually though, and I feel the same way about myself, like we're cult leaders.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we would be like, okay, until like the end. And then we're like, no, I need my own cult actually.
I was at a dinner with my old boss and I believed the salon felt a little cultish. And I kind of poked a joke and I was like, if you ever had a cult, do you think you'd call it like, and I kind of said the name of the salon. And he was like, well, everything's technically a cult. And I was like, oh, I'm in the presence.
Yeah, that is the sign. When someone says
he was like, government's a cult, religion's a cult.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm in a cult for sure.
I've been involved in at least 5 in my lifetime this far.
So, but back to TV, your comfort show is cults.
100%. I love them so much. There was one that just came out. I think it was called Mother God.
Oh, yeah.
She like,
oh,
the
yes.
first scene is like her in an apartment, like with Christmas lights in her skull.
Didn't they think that like Robin Williams was coming down? Is that the one?
I don't know.
They were drinking the
I
silver
couldn't get
Kool-Aid.
over that she was like dead in her home for like 5 days.
They were like wheeling her
Christmas
around.
lights around her. No, they were just like, that's the kind of devotion I'm looking for.
Yes. I loved, I remember watching that, and I remember that they were like all struggling for food, but one of the Amazon purchases they made was like a dirt bike. And I'm like, why would you eat when Mother God needs a 3-wheeler? That's obviously where the commune money is going.
Obviously. And like the most expensive one, 2nd-day delivery.
Yes, because they are out there. But I like a funny show. But to your point, if I'm going to watch
Wait, that's not a comedy?
if I'm going to watch... Oh, and then also like my comfort show is like The Sopranos.
Yeah, The Godfather's a rom-com.
Yes. That's the kind of love I'm looking for. It's like, go put on a nice dress and put your hair up.
Don't look at anyone else.
Yeah, literally. Why does that speak to me?
I don't. We can get into that. I think we should get into that in another episode.
Yeah. But I'm all over the board. So who do I think is wrong? I think it depends who you're watching with. But the only thing I was ever invested enough that I asked people to like, please be quiet and only speak during commercials was Scandival.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say that she's wrong. Well, he's wrong. Unless he's invested in something, like, and has a reason.
Yeah.
If you're just putting something on like willy-nilly, then the person who cares should
pick the show. Absolutely. Yeah. And that happens.
If you're just trying to be like, oh, let's just watch
whatever,
Emily in Paris or whatever, like for no reason. I like that show.
It's always on at the nail salon, so I give it a go there.
Yeah.
But I do think that whoever cares should, as long as my ex like wanted to watch war movies and like the saddest, most depressing shit ever. Sure, he cared more, but I still had to be there. So.
Yeah. Well, if you have a strong opinion or like it affects you.
Yes. There's got to be neutral territory. And now my boyfriend is like, well, it's Halloween season. Let's watch some like thrillers.
No,
I'm like,
I don't like scary shit.
Yeah. So this is a hard one. If you care, you need to watch with the right people who care about your show. And if you don't care, you need to zip it.
Okay. Decided. She wins. But I'm him, so come at us in the comments.
I lose. Okay, last question. How long do you let the honeymoon phase of a new relationship last before reality sets in, including like your routines, your alone time, etc.?
2 weeks.
Okay.
I mean, my Venus is in Capricorn. I'm like
your business.
I'm a routine. I'm let's build an empire. I need my smoothie. I need to meditate. As you know,
yes,
I need to meditate. So like, I don't know. I like my routine. And if I'm out of it for too long, I wig out.
Mm-hmm. I am.
So, okay. A month.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard because I think it depends on the couple, but I think the honeymoon phase, if there's I think you can keep it forever. I like believe that. And I think that it just changes. That's the only thing that is.
I'm not buying any of this.
Really?
Yeah.
So no, I really do. So maybe it's not the way it is like the first month, but I really believe that the acts of kind of what make you feel in love with each other, the honeymoon phase is a flexible phase.
I thought you were talking about like routine.
Let's call it a love bubble.
Okay, love bubble.
When do you come out of the love bubble? Because I can speak from experience, like starting a new relationship. I've been in the bubble and I just realized like I haven't been to the gym.
Yeah.
I haven't been taking care of myself.
Yeah.
I had to have a conversation with myself of you were not experiencing this level of love, like this intimacy, this connection. And it's what you craved for so long when you were fucking hitting the gym 5 days a week and weren't feeling fulfilled. Where's the balance?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what that looks like but recently the gym felt just as good as that love bubble did, where I needed to have both.
Yeah.
And it's been 10 months and I just was like, okay, I need to develop a routine here.
I like to bring them into my love bubble and love me in my bubble.
Yeah.
And I'll make you a smoothie and you can sit beside me while I meditate.
Like, you're like, you can just jump right into my routine. That's how this love bubble is going to work.
And you know what? You're going to love it.
You are going to love it here. I feel like that's probably the most challenging is when the love bubble exists.
Yeah.
Then it doesn't matter. Like, you are both kind of living in each other's world and you're overlooking things that could in the past would have irritated you.
Right.
And then all of a sudden the past becomes present and you're like, wait a second, now we both have needs. We have to measure them. And that's how the relationship really has to start building and stay solid.
Right. No, that makes sense. It helps, I think, if you have similar interests or like similar like styles of being.
And incredibly strong communication.
Yes.
You have to be able to say, this is how I'm feeling, and not make your partner feel like you are rejecting them either.
Right. Like, I'm going to go to the gym and I love you.
Yeah.
And I'll see you when I get back.
Mine was more like, I really can't have my ass hit my knees. And I don't think you want that either. So
exactly.
Let's do this for each other.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, we figured it out.
We did.
Solving all the world's problems.
Yes. And our guest just got here.
Oh, yay.
To be continued.
To be continued.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.